Good morning, friends. Yesterday we saw points on a space, the different parts of the line segment, and the ray. We saw parallel lines and intersecting lines intersect to form angles. So yesterday we saw the definition of an angle also. An angle has got two rays in which the initial point is common, called the vertex, and the two rays are called the arms or sides of the angle. Now today we extend our vocabulary and will go further into different types of angle based on their measurement. So we have the first one, a zero angle. An angle whose measure is 0 degree is called a zero angle. Now what is a zero angle? A zero angle in which the initial and the final ray coincide. So if you have got two rays here in the diagram, ray OA and ray OB. I've got two rays, ray OA and ray OB, and both the rays coincide with each other, means they have hardly moved from its original position. So such an angle is called a zero angle. Then we have the next one is an acute angle. So we started from the 0 degree. An acute angle is an angle whose measure is between 0 degree and 90 degree. So it can be anything between 0 and 90, which is written below. So here we have got angle AOB lies between 0 and 90. So what is the name of such an angle? It is called an acute angle. The third one we have is a right angle. So what is a right angle? An angle whose measure is exactly 90 degree is called a right angle. So acute angle can be anything between 0 and 90, but a right angle is exactly 90 degree. So in this figure we have got angle AOB equal to 90 degree. So you can see the ray OA and ray OB. Okay, I have made a mistake here. It should be ray OA is perpendicular to ray OB. So when ray OA is perpendicular to ray OB, then we can say they both are having 90 degree. So this is a right angle. The next one is an obtuse angle. You can see this angle, obtuse angle, it is more than 90 but less than 180. So an angle whose measure is between 90 degree and 180 degree is called an obtuse angle. Remember the names: zero angle, acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle. The next one we have is straight angle. An angle whose measure is 180 degree. So a straight line has got an angle of 180 degree. If I draw this, it will be something like this. Now what you can see in a straight angle, the ray OA and the ray OB are exactly in opposite direction, making a straight line. It is making an exactly straight line. AO and OB are in opposite direction, making a straight line. So we can even say a straight angle has two right angles. Why? Each right angle, each right angle is 90 degree. Each right angle is 90 degree. So if I draw two right angles, one is 90 and the second one is also 90. So 90 plus 90 makes 180 degree. So a straight angle has two right angles. Next we have is a reflex angle. A reflex angle lies between 180 degree and 360 degree. So this angle is called the reflex angle because it is greater than 180 but less than 360 degree. So the angle whose measure is between 180 degree and 360 degree is called a reflex angle. And the last one we have is a complete angle. Here the ray OB started from the initial position, took one complete rotation and came back to the original position. So it has got one whole circle. So this is called a complete angle. So in this figure, AOB is 360 degree. So if you see 0 degree and 360 degree may look the same, but it is not the same. 0 degree means it was in the initial position. 360 degree means it has completed one rotation. And you will learn in the future that angles are possible more than 360 also. For example, if the fan makes 2.5 revolutions in 1 second, then how much degree has it traveled? So one complete angle is 360 degree. Again, second complete rotation is 360. So 360 plus 360 is 720 and the half rotation is 180. So 720 plus 180 is 900 degree. So if a fan moves 2.5 revolutions in 1 second, we can say it has covered an angle of 900 degree in 1 second. So let us revise once again the angles we did so far based on measurement. We had a 0 angle, it is 0 degree. We have an acute angle between 0 and 90 degree. We have a right angle exactly 90 degree. We have an obtuse angle between 90 and 180 degree. We have a reflex angle between 180 and 270 degree. And we have a complete angle that is 360 degree. Now we can go further, but for now this many definitions are enough. Now from here we move to the next definition of the type of angles. So this was one angle. Now here we have got two angles. You can see the angle AOB and the angle XYZ. There are two separate angles AOB and XYZ. Now what you can see here, the sum of AOB and XYZ is 40 plus 50, that is 90. So the definition is two angles are said to be complementary if the sum of two angles is 90 degree. So any two angles whose sum is 90 degree is said to be are said to be complementary angles. Remember, complementary angles are always two angles whose sum should be 90. So we have angle AOB and angle XYZ. 40 plus 50 is 90. So these two angles are complementary angles. The next we go to are supplementary angles. Here we have got an acute angle of 40 degree and obtuse angle of 140 degree. If you add them both, you get 180 degree. So two angles are said to be supplementary if the sum of two angles is 180 degree or a straight angle. So complementary angles and supplementary angles is a relationship between two angles. If their sum is 90 degree, then both the angles are complementary to each other. If their sum is 180 degree, then both the angles are supplementary to each other. Now we'll try a few examples. So let us begin. Example 1. What is the complementary of 20 degree? Yes? Now what is the rule for complementary angle? The rule is the sum of the two angles should be 90 degree. So we assume here, let our complementary angle be x degree. So we should have x plus 20 degree equal to 90 degree. Because they are complementary, their sum should be 90 degree. And on rearranging, you will get the answer. So x is equal to 90 minus 20. So what is 90 minus 20? 90 minus 20 is 70 degree. So we have x equal to 70 degree. So you can now understand 70 degree is the complementary of 20 degree. So now you can answer some oral questions. What is the complementary of 25 degree? So we'll do 90 minus 25. 90 minus 25, 65. So 65 degree is the complementary of 25 degree. What is the complementary of 17 degree? 1 and 7, 17 degree. So to find the complementary, again you do 90 minus 17. So 90 minus 17 is 73. So the complementary of 17 degree is 73 degree. So this is very simple sum based on complementary angles. Yes? Now I hope the topic is clear to you. Now be sure to understand this thoroughly, because as we go further, we'll have more types of this sums. Okay, now the next example is find the complementary angle which is 20, sorry, there's a mistake here. We have to find the angle. Find the angle which is 24 more than its complementary. So there is a small error over here. We have to find the angle, not the complementary. We have to find the angle which is 24 more than its complementary. So again, what we'll take, let the measure of the required angle be x. So we have taken our angle to be x. So what is the complementary of these angles? How do we find the complementary? The sum of two angles is 90. So the complementary of x will be, so again we have the measure of the required angle as x. The complementary will be 90 minus x. Now what is the relation given to us? The angle is 24 more than its complementary. Means subtracting the complementary from the required angle should give us 24. So what do we have? Subtracting the complementary from the angle should give us 24. So we have x minus x is the required angle minus 90 minus x, that is the complementary, should give us 24. Opening the bracket, x minus 90 plus x equal to 24. So by rearranging, we will get 2x equal to 24, and the minus 90 moves to the opposite side, becomes plus 90. So 2x equal to 24 plus 90, which gives 2x equal to 114. So x is equal to 114 upon 2, and that is 57. So our required angle x is 57. Yes. So what is the complementary of 57? It is 90 minus 57 is 33. Yes, 90 minus 57 is 33. Now you check the condition which was given to us. 57 is the required angle and the complementary is 33, and 57 minus 33 gives us 24. So we were given the condition, we have to find the angle which is 24 more than its complementary, and we have found both the angles. Okay, now we move on to the next one. Let us move on to the next sum now. If two supplementary angles are in the ratio 3:2, then find the angles. So we are told two angles are supplementary. We don't know their measure, but we know they are in the ratio 3:2. And we have to find both these angles. So what will we suppose here? Let both the angles be 3x and 2x. Why? Because 3x and 2x are in the ratio 3:2. Yes, so we take, let the angles be 3x and 2x. Now we are given the angles are supplementary. So their sum should be, yes, their sum should be 180. So 3x plus 2x should give us 180. 3x plus 2x is 5x. So 5x is equal to 180. So what is x equal to? X will be equal to 180 upon 5, and that is 36. So remember, here we have found out the value of x, not the value of the angles. The angles were 3x and x is 36. So 3x is 3 times 36 is 108. So the first angle we have is 108, and the second angle was 2 times x, where x is 36. So 2 into 36 equal to 72. So the angles that we have are 108 and 72 are the two required supplementary angles. Now if you find the ratio of 108 and 72, you will know that 108 and 72 are in the ratio 3:2. So now I hope you are understanding the different kind of sums, but to do this kind of sums you should first know what are complementary angles, what are supplementary angles. So these are the sums only based on supplementary and complementary, but try to remember the definition of each. Now we move on to the next sum. Okay. Find the supplement of 3/5 of a right angle. So what is asked to you here? To find the supplement of an angle, but the angle is not mentioned. What is the condition given? That it is 3/5 of a right angle. Now by definition, what is a right angle? A right angle is an angle whose measure is 90 degree. So 3/5 of a right angle is 3/5 of 90 degree is 54 degree. So now we know our given angle is 54 degree. So the supplement should be what? Yes, let the required angle be x. So x plus 54 should give us 180. So we have x equal to 180 minus 54, and that gives us x equal to 126 degree. So the supplement of 3/5 of a right angle is 126 degree. So in this sum you should know the definition of right angle. It is an angle whose measure is 90 degree. Once you know the definitions correctly, then you can easily do these sums. Next sum we move on to. Okay, so the required angle is 126 degree. Now we move on to. So we have got the sum here. Find the measure of an angle 6 times its complement is 12 less than twice its supplement. So we should know an angle, we should know its complement, and we should know its supplement. And this is a condition given. So when we did the previous sums, you understood how we find the complement and supplement and find the necessary angles. Now here I have taken a sum in which I need to know the complement, the supplement, and the relationship. So let us begin the sum. Let the measure of the required angle be x. So we are supposed to find x. The complement of this x will be 90 minus x. The supplementary will be 180 minus x. So the measure of the supplementary is 180 minus x and complementary angle is 90 minus x. Now what is the relationship? 6 times the complement. So 6 times 90 into x is 12 less than twice its supplement. So 2 times 180 minus x. To understand this equation, the whole essence of the sum lies in this equation. What is the equation again? 6 times the complement is 12 less than twice the supplement. So once you reach to the equation, then the solving part becomes easy. So remember, all the problem sums are in English language, so you should have a good hold of the English language. Once you understand the problem, then you have to just frame the formula, and once you frame the formula, it is very easy to solve the problem. So now let us open the brackets. So 6 into 90 is 540, 6 into minus x is minus 6x, 2 into 180 is 360, 2 into minus x is minus 2x minus 12. Now let us rearrange it. So the 360 moves to this side. So 540 minus 360 plus 12 equal to 6x minus 2x. So we have 6x minus 2x is 4x, and 4x is equal to 192. Now if 4x equal to 192, x equal to 192 upon 4 and x is equal to 48. So our required angle is 48 degree. Now you may check 6 times 48, yes, 48 degree. Now you may check what is 90 minus 48. 90 minus 48 is 42. Yes, what is 180 minus 48? 180 minus 48 should be 132. So now you can verify the remaining things. Do 6 into 42. What is 6 into 42? 6 2s are 12, carry 1, 6 4s are 24, 25. So here we have 252. 132 into 2 is 264, and 264 minus 12 will give us 252. So we also verified the answer. So we have found the measure of an angle. We have to only find the measure of an angle, but the condition given was 6 times its complement is 12 degree, less than twice its supplement. Okay, so we end here for today. So today I have given you the definitions of the different types of angle based on its measure. I've even taught you complementary angles and supplementary angles. Tomorrow we are going to do new type of angles called adjacent angles, linear pair, and vertically opposite angles. Further we have corresponding angles, alternate angles, interior angles on the same set of the transversal. So now the vocabulary is only about angles. And we will do quite a few sums based on angles also. But I am going slow and I want you to revise each one in complete detail. Before you start with the exercise, try to understand in detail the concepts of geometry. Try to understand each and every word in mathematics. So you see the whole lecture today was based on angles. But there are different names for different angles. Mathematics has given, geometry also has given specific name for specific angles. Now in future when you are going to do a few sums, you will be only given the name of the angle. Based on the name of the angle, you should know the measure of the angle or the range in which the angle. Okay, so we are going to end for today. Again I repeat, the names of the angles are very important. You saw the 5 examples which we did today. The angles were not given, but the relations were given. So if you know the name of each and angle very well, then solving the sums will be easy for you. So what is the procedure to solve this geometry now? This is the mensuration part of geometry. All you have to do is read the problem really well, frame the formula, and once you frame the formula correctly, then solving the sum becomes very easy. I am only taking limited number of terms in every lecture because I want you to keep on revising this again and again. If you have noticed, our lectures are not too big. If you notice, our lectures are not too big in size. They are mostly a 20 to 25-minute lecture. I am keeping the lecture small because if possible, you should revise this twice or thrice in a day. Once you get this clear, then geometry is going to become much easier for you.